Welcome back to the channel. I'm J and we are locked in. This is episode 6 of Snowfall. We seen last week that everybody was getting shot at. Jem and Jerome and Auntie Louie, Gustavo, Teddy, and Franklin. And we seen that Gustavo and Franklin, they actually made it out of there with $3 million cash. And that's where we ended up at. They were stuck in the cage, tranquilized by an old man in a tiger cage. And y'all already know how I feel about that tiger. If they have to fight a tiger, we're done watching the show. But before we jump into this episode, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of it, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button, it's the easiest thing you can do. Now, I really don't expect them to fight a tiger. Now, if they did, that's very far-fetched, and we're wondering, what did that have to do with Snowfall? But hopefully, we find out what happens to Franklin and Gustavo, and they get that $3 million back, because it's cash up under the house. I know where it is, so if I go down there, I'm gonna go get it. But let's jump into it. This is episode 6 of Snowfall.
FX is Snowfall.
We start the episode off with Franklin and Gustavo, of course, locked in the tiger cage. Now Franklin, he's trying to get out of there, he's shaking the bars, and you hear Gustavo tell him, don't waste your energy. Now the old man comes out, and Franklin's trying to play it cool, like, hey man, we weren't trying to rob you, we were just trying to use your phone, and if you let us out, I got some money. Of course, you're not going to believe that. So the old man is saying, nah, I'm not going to let y'all out. Matter of fact, I'm going to go up top, because if I was to let you guys out this front door, you would rush me. The only thing is, this guy don't know the tiger as well as he thought he did. He tries to climb up to the top of the cage and open it up. Didn't go as planned. His leg went through and the tiger got a hold of it. I'm talking about ripped that leg off. He up there screaming, but he dropped the keys. Now, Franklin and Gustavo, they're trying to figure out who's going to go up under there. Of course, Gustavo said, oh, I'm too big. I'm going to lift it up. You climb up under there. Now, this tiger has a leg in its mouth, but you got to get those keys somehow. So they lift it up. Franklin gets it, and they get up out of there. Once they get out, they get to the main street, and they're thinking, we need to jack a car. Now, of course, Gustavo's thinking things through, and he's like, I don't know if we should do all that. Lay low. We see a whip roll by. And when they go up to try to jack it, it's the young guy. You remember the one that chased them down with the money? Yeah, well, they hop out with guns and they like, where's the money at? Franklin said, we got jacked for it. We don't believe it. Get y'all ass in the trunk. Of course, it's going to be a long night. Now we need to tie them up and interrogate them. Where's the money? Gustavo talking about what money? Easy punch. Then he asked Franklin in English, where's the money? And Franklin over here talking about, I don't know. Bop! You don't even get a chance to answer. If you don't tell us where it is, it's straight fist to face. Leon and his gang, they just snatched up thing 1 and thing 2. They brought him to the club because we need to figure out what exactly is going on. Y'all weren't around when we all got shot at. Peaches ain't around. Louis talking about, you supposed to be handling this peacefully. He said, we did. They alive. Now, Jem and Jerome, he's thinking a little bit deeper. Like, maybe they got rid of Peaches. Well, we don't really know, but they wouldn't have put a hit on y'all and then still being in town and did it like that. So Jerome and Leon, they're about to go out because Cissy, she doesn't want to hear all this yelling. She just wants them to find her son. Franklin and Gustavo, they in here catching a licking. I'm talking every time you look up, pink, 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 hitting them all in the gut. Now they show up with some food. Franklin talking about, you give me some, pink. That's another hit to the gut. Boy, you don't shut your mouth in here. Now Gustavo looks over at a map and he's seeing the area and he's saying, me and you, we're practically cousins. He's like, nah, bink. That's one of the girls that work here. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Franklin's trying to get out of this situation, and he's right. If they tell him where the money is, they're going to be dead. And tomorrow he's supposed to get that ultrasound so we can verify if Veronique is actually pregnant or not. But what he's saying is, I'll show you where the money is, but you got to let me out and you got to give me your word that you're not going to keep us in here. And please, no more chest shots. Like, come on, man. We don't want that. But he's saying, we'll take you, Franklin, since you don't know the house number, but Gustavo has to stay here. We finally get a semi backstory of Veronique. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but she said her mom was a con artist. So that's how she knew about all that, getting out of little speeding tickets. She actually was overseas. She forged documents. So her mom put her in the game. As soon as her dad died, she went to the carnival. Her mom taught her how to start stealing, how to cheat all the games. So for Veronique, she's saying, I'm just a regular lawyer now. But she had a troubled past. That's how she knows how to do all of this, allegedly. Now she's saying her hands are shaking. And Cissy, since this is supposed to be her future daughter-in-law, she over here and she comfort her, put her hand on him. You don't have to shake no more, darling. Franklin takes them back to the house where the tiger was. Now you gotta remember, the tiger is out of the cage and he's talking about the money's in the garage. The guy says, well, you go get it. And out of nowhere, the tiger jumps out and attacks the hitman in the back. Franklin hits him with this weak ass 2 hands to the back of the neck, picks up the gun, pistol whips him a little bit. Hey, the tiger actually saved his life. I was so upset last week. I changed my whole mind. I like what they did here, but I thought that tiger was going to have to be wrestling to the death with our boy Franklin and Gustavo. Franklin gets that gun, pulls up on young boy, click clack, get up out the car. That's what I'm talking about, Franklin. Way to bounce back, brother. Auntie Louie comes down here. Jerome got off the phone with Franklin. He's all right. Thing 1 and thing 2 talking about our babysitter gonna leave. Louie said, you better extend that and get on that phone and start calling the streets and see what you know. They thought they was about to just get up out of here. We still don't know who did the shooting. All we know is Franklin is alive. Cissy has a heart-to-heart moment and she lets V know, hey, look, whether it was the government or some gangsters, they almost killed you and your child. Now, Franklin is my son, even with his faults. I'm going to stick by him. But you got to know, this is going to happen again. Basically telling Veronique, listen, you in the game. It might not be as easy as you think to get up and out of it, but be prepared. Leon and Jerome come and pick up Franklin. He's talking about how y'all found Peaches, because we still don't know who ordered these hits. Now, we did find out that one of Ivy's guys was hit last week. He's gone, R.I.P. I mean, we seen that. He didn't stand a chance with them loafers on out there. But you remember the little boy that was driving? Franklin tied him up, put him in the trunk, and then tossed the car keys in the trunk with him. Talking about figure it out. Now, everyone back at the shop, sitting with Gustavo, they think that boss man took the $3 million cash and ran off with it. So they thinking they about to take Gustavo and have him showing where the money is. But somebody pulls up. Jerome comes in the door, pistol whips a dude. Leon gets the other one on the ground. We just controlled the whole scene. Franklin did a little wave. My bad for taking so long, Gustavo. Oh, so that's on me, baby. But I had a little conversation with a tiger. Jerome like, the hell with all that talking. What y'all want to do with these essays? Gustavo, he's like, man, let's just go home. Franklin talking about, y'all got lucky. I know they down there thinking, thank you, sweet baby Jesus, because I was not prepared to go to war today. And this wouldn't even have been a war. This would have just been ping, ping, in the back of the head. When I tell you Franklin and Gustavo had a long day, I mean, it was a long day. From the time they went to the drop, to getting shot at, to running through the hood, up under the building, to in a cage with a tiger, to getting picked up by the essays, to getting out and Franklin going over there and going one-on-one with 2. Man. But Gustavo said, I didn't believe that you were going to come back. Franklin also said, I didn't know if I could trust you either because I found out that Teddy was spying on us. Now, Gustavo didn't know that. So this right here is just building more and more trust between Franklin and Gustavo because they see that Teddy is the odd man out. As they drive off, they see the tiger in the middle of the street. Gustavo and Franklin look at each other. They're like, shit, good luck to whoever runs across that thing. Everybody back at the club. Gustavo getting toe up. He taking shots. Cause hell, you gotta fight the pain away some way. He trying to get Franklin to take some shots. Franklin ain't about that life. But then in comes Gustavo's girl and she like, I thought you were dead. He's like, nah, man. If I die, man, the devil's got to take me away on a good horse. Man, Gustavo is a tough dude. Franklin talking about they ain't gonna hit us tonight. Thing 1 and thing 2, they want to get out in the streets. They talking about let us find Peaches. Jerome talking about it ain't Peaches, damn it. Stop saying Peaches. It ain't Peaches. But Veronique says she'll manage to be able to drive home on her own. Now, this is a bad move. We always know never split up. She should have somebody with her, regardless if she thinks she can drive home or not on her own. Franklin's thinking if it is Peaches, let's roll. Let's go find out on our own. But back over at Dr. Nasty's house, you remember Teddy was in there. He was going in and out of consciousness. Well, he was up under, some anesthesia so she could do this surgery on him. But he's in the room, he's tripping. She's in the kitchen just now mopping up the floor, dancing around with her headphones on. Can't hear a damn thing. Now, when they get to the stash spot, there's only 2 people that knew about this place. Franklin and Peaches. You remember he told Peaches, don't look at that money like that. And Peaches said, man, I'd rather be alive than rich. But now everyone's trying to figure out what the hell is Peaches doing? Does he got a girl or something? Jerome said, man, we ain't been that close in years. Franklin's like, man, it's $5 million. Leon thinking, yeah, $5 million. We're going to need at least 2 or 3 people to help him get this money up out of here. But Franklin says, look, I'm tired. We'll go home, get some rest. We're going to get at this tomorrow, though. $5 million, it ain't no sleeping in my book. We out on the streets right now. I mean, right now. Uh-oh. Franklin gets home and he's looking for Veronique. You remember, she was supposed to drive home by herself. And I told y'all it's a bad idea to ever split up, especially when we got people shooting at us. Well, he gets home and he's noticing a few things are misplaced. Wait, why is it empty over there? And he goes and he sees a letter. Now, after he reads this letter, I'm not sure what it exactly says, but it's mad enough for him to knock these fake ass apples and bananas off the counter. Whenever someone's that angry, because you got to go pick them up later on, that means somebody is big mad. Now look at him. Distraught, confused, bamboozled, hoodwinked, discombobulated. Yeah, Franklin. What the letter say? Franklin goes to see Ivy. And Ivy's explaining to him that I seen one of my guys die yesterday at my feet. And Franklin told him that Veronique is 10 weeks pregnant. So he's bringing in a child when somebody just left. But the thing is, he basically told Franklin that you ain't built for this life. I'm a soldier. I don't have kids. Me and Mo, we are one of the same. We go from one battle to the next battle. You, on the other hand, Franklin, you have a war within inside of you. Now that's the battle you gotta fight. Jerome and Louie are talking. We know Jerome is the one that brought Peaches in, but Peaches was specifically Franklin's guy. And Louie is saying, don't put that on you. Franklin should have seen this from a mile away. Now these two gentlemen show up and they talking about where to drop at. Trey want to know where to drop at. They talking about, man, you'll get the drop when we get the drop. Didn't you hear her? We want to know who did this hit because there was a lot of people involved. Now this gentleman, he started running his mouth off a little bit. And Jam and Jerome didn't like that at all. And Louie had his back. I'm talking about Jam and Jerome took him down to the ground. Ping, 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 ping. Hit him so hard, he damn near broke his knuckle or his wrist or something. But he was whooping his ass. And Louie had that gun on the homeboy. The homeboy talking about, hey, I don't want no problem, shawty. I'm just the assistant to the assistant. I ain't nobody important. Louie talking about, go on, pick your boy up. Go on, pick him up. Now, there was a little dude over at the basketball court hooping. If that would have been me, like, oh, shit, game over. Yeah, y'all got it. Y'all got it. We going to go ahead and get on out of here, man. Anybody with a cane go on, that's bad news back then, unless they were LL Cool J. And this ain't LL Cool J. His boy is on the ground. Jerome told him, hey, nigga with the cane go, teach a man how to squabble. And then he drove off on his ass in the Versace with the rollie on, with the Jerry curl. I'm like, damn, Jam and Jerome really jamming in these streets. Dr. Nasty gets nasty. Now we know last night she had to give, you know, saying our boy Teddy something to calm his ass down because he's in his room making a lot of noise. But she does bring up, how come last year I heard about a CIA agent doing some trafficking? Then she starts saying, you know, back in the day when we was out there together, that's when we used to have fun. And this has been the most fun that I've had in a while. Maybe that's what I want, that old thing back. And we're thinking, fun? This man has been shot. You've been doing surgery on him. You've been cleaning blood off the kitchen floor. And this is fun to you? This is turning you on? She's on top of Teddy kissing on him. I know he's like, can I get some food first? Jeez Louise. And you don't have a bigger TV than this? I want color. Well, it's time for the ultrasound. And we could find twins in there. We could find no heartbeat. They're running a little early. Franklin shows up. And it's verified. We actually got a baby in there, and we got us a nice little heartbeat. Now Franklin's trying to look off. He trying not to, you know what I'm saying? He trying not to tear up, trying not to cry. She talking about, hey, can we have a moment? She's like, yeah, I see you over there. It's okay. Go ahead, cry. Let it out. You're a father. Now Veronique's letter was just saying that she can't be at the house. She has to take some time away because of all the dangers that are coming. Now, she knew all of this before she even got into it. She knew all of this before she had sex with Franklin. She knew all of this before she worked at the development company. She knew all of this from the get-go. But she's saying the only place I can see you is at work. Now, you're still going to be going to work at a place that Franklin works at. It's still going to be dangerous there. Now, she's talking about she has to protect her and her daughter. Or the son. I don't know what it is. But I respect that. But also, this is his kid. And this here is where the single family started. She had a man in the household and she just left Franklin high and dry, even though she knew everything that our man was into. She knew that West Coast development was funded off of drug money. She knew all that. She knew the penthouse was drug money. She knew all of this. Now it turns out Peaches ain't the main concern here. It's some OG named Kane that got out of jail. And we need to figure out who and what the hell is he doing out, and did he have anything to do with this $5 million heist? We get introduced to Kane Hamilton. This is the brother of Kevin. Now he's saying, I didn't shoot at y'all, technically. And Franklin wants to know, did you go to Peaches or did Peaches go to you? Because he's trying to figure it out. Now, he's saying I was in jail. You remember his little cousin got stabbed up. They went into the other neighborhood where they weren't supposed to be and they were slanging. He got stabbed up. And then he's like, Franklin, you should show me the proper respect. Didn't you shoot my brother Kevin? Now, Franklin is saying I was in prison for that. And Kane's saying, yeah, I wondered about that. How'd you get out? Who'd you snitch on? So right now, it's kind of a little beef between them because he was the OG. You remember, Kevin, Leon, and Franklin, they all grew up together. So finding out that your brother is killed by one of his homeboys and now they on top of the game, that's more than enough reason to go and try to rob them. But he's telling Leon, you better get Franklin. He talking to me like you running something. Now Kane is an OG now because he got people all around him, and I'm talking about them real steppers. Kane is on another level. I think we got us a new enemy. He talking about some things can't be fixed. Franklin said you should have came and talked to us. He said, nah, next time I'm gonna have better people. I'm sorry if your mama or your baby mama, if they got mixed up in it, but don't worry about it. Next time it's on. And Franklin said, we can come at you anytime. He said, look at me. Look around me. Does it look like I'm hiding, nigga? And then he smiled in Franklin's face. Oh my goodness, let's go. Told Franklin, when I pour one out on my little brother Kevin's grave, I'll be thinking of you. And then he smoked a cigarette and then started hyping up the little leaguers. Hey, this man Kane is on another level. Uh-oh. What Franklin and them boys gonna do? There you go. There you go. There you go. Snowfall. We are getting good. I told y'all I had my doubts with the Tiger situation, but that thing played all out. And now we got this whole storyline with Kevin's brother Kane. Man, it's only gonna go up from here. And I want to know, what is Franklin and them gonna do, and where the hell is Peaches at? Because it's going down. $5 million is gone. Kane ain't backing down. Man, this is what we've been waiting for. Let me know what you guys think about Kane. Do you think that he's going to be a real problem? Do you think that Franklin and them are going to be able to handle this? Let me know what you think. I'm Mo.J. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.